Hey everyone, welcome back. It is Elucid. I'm joined once again by Maryland.
Howdy, gamers.
Howdy, gamers. We have another turn for you here, and hopefully it is an action-packed one. You want to give us a summary of what happened last time for those who missed it, Maryland?
Okay, well, let's start with the craziness of Ashdod, who ran away from Zabalba's capital again in order to wait for another spell, which he's been doing. Zabalba successfully smacked up an army fairly costly, quite cost effectively. So that kind of sums that one up. It was a little back and forth. The Ulm Vanheim shenanigans. Ulm gained a little bit against Satis. Satis didn't gain anything one way or the other, lost a little bit. But mainly, Ulm did do some very effective, inexpensive counter raiding with some neat stuff, different than you and I had predicted. Vanheim is threatening Ulm massively, and Ulm did lose one significant army. It just didn't quite work, and the darkness was a huge play.
Yeah.
On the fact of Vanheim. So Ulm has 2 forts, if I remember correctly, or was it 3, more or less ready to be cracked, or are cracked, ready to be stormed. And then the Pangaean Ind conflict. Pangaea has cracked Agartha, the capital. Ind seems to have an army we can't see, which we think is in Agartha. Ind counter-raided. He split up into some counter-raids. We're not really sure if Ind has a serious defensive play or if he's just going to sort of walk away from Agartha and worry about things later. And as talked about by Sai from Pangaea, Ind just doesn't seem to be rolling out the blood magic that we would expect.
Right.
And I think, and then the other funny one is Pelagia, because for whatever reason, Zabalba poked Pelagia, which we didn't understand. Pelagia has significantly formed a storming or a siege force onto one of the Zabalban underwater forts and is going to take it. And that one will give Pelagia the magic scales or the magic graphs. And then Satis owns the Birdsong Tower. So there's now the 2 sites, and I believe those are the only ones in the game. Both have shown up on this map. So both graph sites are available for the taking.
Yep.
And both of which are possible for Pelagia to get.
Right.
And Pelagia probably knows the Birdsong Tower is there, because it's not like Pelagia struggles to do scrying.
Right.
Pelagia could be water scrying all over the place anywhere he needs, or probably build a stone sphere so he could do some short-term scrying, look around for critical stuff. And I think that sums it up. So we've got.
Where do you want to start with
3
Pangaea?
big wars.
Or do you want to start somewhere else?
Yeah, let's start there. First messages, let's go there. Whose turn?
I'll go for this one. I've been criticizing Ind quite a bit for his mage recruitment choices, so I definitely want to take a step back and give some credit where it's due. He's been very good at using his mid-grade armies to cover ground, to both capture provinces and trade off with raiders and protect his territory from thugs. Sorry, my dogs are being really loud.
I don't hear them.
Okay, hopefully it doesn't come through.
No.
He's also been going all out on actually fielding mages en masse each time he hits a research spike, which is even more respectable. His army in 224 would have beaten my Dryad if the Magus... Okay, the dogs are going nuts, sorry.
Yeah, that I heard them this time, but...
if it had been a Magus Master rather than an Earth Hobbit. Yeah, there was a little Hobbit dude and 2 mages, which a lot of times it's nice if you can send them out in 3 as a pair of 3, so you get a little communion.
Yeah.
But even the Hobbit would have won if it had just 1 more point in Earth, either 2 from boosters, and had been able to advance and cast spells, which would have probably Earth melded it.
Well, you mentioned Earth Meld, I think.
Yeah.
No, that was in one of the other fights, but...
The way that he uses his stacks on the strategic map gives him a lot of options. And I can use this turn as an example. The turn you're reading this message will be a turn past it, so you'll actually have the results. But at the time of writing, he'd split his armies that had come out of Deepwood Gore and Agartha in his stacks in 171 and 185 and 200. These stacks can either go to, a bunch of province names, sieging and enveloping the throne to prevent seductions. If he successfully covers the provinces they're moving from, he can then go back and cut retreats from Agartha by using 2 of those groups to hit 158 and 162, while his southern army hits 159, and he moves additional... Okay, so a bunch of map move things, which basically have to do with taking the throne and covering the ways that a Dryad would need to escape. That means the same army is potentially active in both of these theaters and has to be covered by both my own sets of troops.
So if we want to talk about the idea of initiative, Ind has not given up initiative.
Right.
You know, he's not just falling back and turtling.
Right, he's going out and claiming territory. However, Pan has forced the issue with Agartha, which leads to his next message. Mm-hmm. He's either combining what's in the fort with the stack in 131, or going to break... or doing a break to Jimburn and using his god and additional gateway support to hold the fort. I just killed his god with Soul Slay, but anti-magic amulets are cheap, and he has no reason not to make more. So he probably has a spare and an additional MR buff to get the Bahamut up to 27 MR, including his Dom bonus. The fact that his army is running a fatigue play might help, though in that... while we do have Soul Slay, the combination of Innate Caster plus Rigor bumps its fatigue up enough to die conventionally, even if we can't breach its MR. Either way, if he takes the fight at all, it might be an interesting one. It's certainly interesting that I'm going to be pretending to be a real Blood Nation and using a pile of imps and Bloodlust in combination with Death Magic and Diversity to set up anti-army magic. And Ind is using a god and a stack of buffed Sacred Troops. Talk about flipping the script. Yeah, that is kind of funny, because normally Pan was running around with a big Doom stack of Sacreds, and now Ind has it.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm sending an absolute pile of Menaids to 131 to bounce that off so he can't combine the stacks. And there's a lot of ways that the storming of Agartha could go wrong, but it depends large on script. Wailing Winds, for instance, could be a big trouble because it scares off the imps that I'm relying on to do chip damage and will eventually frighten the adepts, which are going to hold up my own Wailing Winds and are my Soul Slayers. While I still don't believe that he has the tech for it, his god has the paths.
Okay. Well, we haven't seen Ind use it.
Ulm is still not using proper armies now that his life depends on it. Matrices, dude. Matrices. I should probably message him on Discord about this. Yeah, he probably should.
He's used matrices significantly in the past, but for some funny reason, he just didn't quite put them together properly last turn.
Well, the way I see it is, one thing we don't... I find myself thinking about more than I think other players do, is how many major armies do you have? And... I think what has happened is Vanheim really only has 2, but Northern army was able to basically fight Ulm in detail. And Ulm did not combine forces, and so he had some of his mages. It was kind of like he had a lot of the tools he would need, but he didn't have them all in the same spot. And that is the core Middle-Age Ulm problem, which is you have a ton of research, but how do you actually bring that research to bear in combat?
You need a big enough army to live long enough to get the magic to work.
Right.
Sometimes that's an issue. So, did we get any message from Ind?
We did not.
Since we're okay, and this is
empty except for the god.
Oh. So he just left the god in Agartha and vacated everything else.
He said, "I'm pretty sure my god can take it." He's got a Ring of Regen, but did not put an MR item like Sai was thinking. Instead, did Reinvigoration.
Okay. He's throwing up a bit of gems.
And doesn't do MR as the first thing. I think he's just going to get Soul Slayed.
Yeah.
And he
So
could
it's a
get Magic Duel too,
Foul
right?
Vapor.
Yeah, he could get Magic Duel too. I think Psy's going to do Magic Duel. But he's done Phoenix Pyre here too.
Okay. But I mean, Psy should have poison resistance up.
Enslaved Mind.
Well, who put up Foul Vapors?
End did.
Okay. Well, that'll kill the imps because... Oh, they are doing the chip damage.
He's up to 20 now. That might have been
Here it comes.
before that. But imps with...
So imps are...
If he gets the strength buff on them...
Well, they're dying. Quite
Wailing Winds.
quite effectively.
Has he cast anything recently? So many little damage
Baphomet?
checks, yeah. I
Yeah.
think he's about to put up a big one. So far we've got Rigor Mortis up, which actually has been cast by Pangea. Soul Vortex, that is going to be very effective against the imps.
Oh, okay.
The imps
yeah.
are now a liability.
It's like a... And the fireball.
He's off script now. We're at round 5.
That's his innate caster. Okay.
But he didn't buff his MR. And he just died.
But
I don't think it's...
if there was going to be some Soul Slay, it didn't happen.
Yeah...
Or it failed.
But they can still cast it off script. The mages are going to default to paralyze, which you can see here if you look in the top left. But once he's paralyzed, they'll start casting Soul Slay. And they're going to hit him. Yeah, he just got paralyzed,
Okay.
I think.
Paralyze or stun? No, that's a stun, I think.
Shrunken.
Because
Okay, we'll take your word for it.
paralyze is more gray. Stun is more silvery looking. There's still shockwaves going up.
I can't see either of those things. I don't know.
I don't see them. No, no. It's still casting.
Okay, well, I think
'Cause I saw a
innate
shockwave
caster
go up.
casts through all that anyway.
There's another shockwave. Boy, these are some big losses.
Well, a lot of this is just imps so far. Stream of Life. That's
Yeah.
going to be an MR check or die too. Stream of Life again, MR check or die.
Ooh. But he's still at 107 hit points.
Now, the thing that's redeeming about this, though Soul Slay, I don't think Stream of Life will kill you if you have Phoenix Pyre. Soul Slay will.
Now he's paralyzed. That's the gray. I
Yeah,
think,
you're right. Okay, now he's paralyzed for
Yeah.
sure.
There it is. Yeah. For how long?
29. But that doesn't matter because you can see he's still casting.
Yeah. Well, he's still vortexing.
Okay, somebody else got poison damage from... Because Foul Vapors is up.
Whoa. Died once. Stream of Life got it. PNS Broadcasting Tower got it with a Stream of Life. So where did it pop back up?
And let's make sure that's what killed him.
Pretty sure I saw that there.
No, I believe you. Oh, we'll zoom in here and see if we can see it. No, it might have just been the
I
White
saw it.
Centaur.
Or Leeching Touch.
Because they have weapons of sharpness on them too.
0, 0, 0. There's a 7. Oh, down towards the bottom. I thought I saw a big bunch of damage.
Oh, hit with Death Explosion. We got to get above the Death Explosion part. 8.
26. A White Centaur. 13. An 8 from a Long Dead.
Yeah, he just got punched.
Keep going up. That
I
should
mean,
have been enough.
nobody did it because there's nothing else that
That's the one that killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't think
Did
he's
it-
able to tank these White Centaur, and now he's in the middle of them.
And he dies again.
Wait, did he get turned?
Control the dead.
Oh.
He's a frog.
Shame.
He got frog.
Oh, shame.
He got frog.
Oh,
Isn't that funny?
Yes. Yes.
That punched through the magic resistance. Well, that's not common.
Yeah, and now he's got 4 MR and 7 HP.
Yeah.
So now it's just going to be comical chain deaths.
How many times? many times does it die?
He spawned up on the wall, though, I think, this time.
There it is. Oh, look at that. Now another frog. What's his fatigue at, though? Because he could keep blowing up for a long time with Soul Vortex up.
Oh, he's stuck on the wall and with just imps around him, and the imps can't hurt him.
Oh, and they can't get...
The wall, the infamous climbing frog. Oh, they did get him.
Oh, there he blows up again. Okay.
I don't know where he went to, though.
How many times? We'll look for the Soul Vortex circle. There it is.
And the imps are on him like white on rice.
Yeah.
And the imps don't die from the death explosion.
Now he's there.
I can't keep up with him. He's dying too fast.
Well, getting frogged is pretty funny.
Oh my god. You're right, though. If he didn't get frogged, it might have worked out, because... Oh my god. What a classic battle.
So let's see the numbers. So he lost 22 crossbowmen. He lost 83 maenads. He lost 12 white centaurs. He lost 4 adepts. He lost 4 dryads. Those are pretty hefty losses.
Yeah.
Those are pretty hefty losses.
I would trade that for a cap any day, though. But
yeah. But
the end god is super afflicted. Now, he's not going to come back as a frog. That's one of the things I think you were involved in lobbying to have changed.
Well, ages ago in Dominions 4, I had a kraken that got frogged and then drowned in my capital as early age Rillier.
Right.
And I don't know.
And every time you called him back, he was a frog, and so he drowned again.
He was a frog and drowned, yeah, and that was stupid.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Inherently, that was stupid. But I don't know that was the only example of what caused that change. I think they just realized it's a little bit foolish for a god to be pulled back from heaven or wherever it is that the gods go to and come back as a damn frog. It is kind of dumb. So he can call him back. He'll be back. He might have lost a little magic, but he didn't get horror marked, which would have been the kind of stuff that trashes a god.
Yeah.
And Ind called him back very quickly. So I don't think Ind is short of priests. Look at that. Ind is pushing. He is pushing the fight back to Pan.
Yeah. Now, what's interesting, and this is what Sai was talking about, was he thought that Ind was going to try to cut off all the retreat routes from the throne so that he wouldn't have to worry about Dryad seduction. Well, he missed one. So, one thing Ind could do, and which Sai will know he missed two.
That's that.
He could potentially try to magic phase stuff here to cut these off in the magic phase so that the seductions won't work. But this isn't even cracked.
That's probably that crazy overgeared Malak.
Right.
That got charmed.
And then Van Jarl's coming in for the...
And Van Jarl. This whole idea that Pangaea's running around using everybody's units.
Yeah, it's very funny.
I mean, is there any nation... Oh, he hasn't stolen any Zabalban units yet that I'm familiar with.
Sai is giving us maybe just like the most... There's so many things that are just like iconic about his playthrough here. Like, it's just like it reeks of Pangaea, Like...
Yes.
Yeah. It's...
Although I've never seen anybody get that many white centaurs killed.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, but I mean, come on, that's part of the Pangaea thing too. You can't be orgy obsessed and not lose a few white centaurs in the process.
So what do you think? Okay, how is Ind going to avoid getting punched back to his capital? I mean,
well, here's what I think. I think. You had said Ind isn't losing the initiative because they're riding out. I think this is still losing the initiative. I mean, not only just because they lost to Gartha, but let's say they made him retreat or something. Maybe they would have some of it. But this fort's under siege, in my opinion, if you are in a war which you are a little bit between the grindstones, the priority is on defending your stuff and killing the stuff attacking you. Going out on the offensive when you don't have the means to defend easily what you have, I think is a horrible idea 99% of the time.
Can we look at the army graphs? Because it seems to me that they're that Ind does not have. Oh, he's taken some pretty significant losses. Oh,
That's
him
him. No,
there.
he's fine.
No, it's Ashdod has taken significant
Yeah,
losses.
well, we'll get to that. We haven't seen that yet. So yeah, and with the Magog bitch mother, let's see what he's put on her.
Just gems.
Yeah, just gems. Creeping Doom.
Bit of swarm. Creeping Doom. Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know.
What do you think? Because Pangea now has Agartha and 4 out of 5 of Agartha's cap circle.
Yeah, I thought Ind should have one more significant army somewhere, and I'm not seeing it. Now, maybe he just keeps gatewaying it from place to place. Oh, well, there's a good-sized one there on Mount Channing.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of foul spawn.
Fiends, foul spawn imps. Okay, so that's garbage, man.
Yeah.
But maybe his losses now that the army graph. Oh my good grief! This is not looking. Oh, there we are.
But now look at this. He's going on the offensive again. And now, size between him and all of his, like palisades, which are going to get 1 turn popped.
Well, I think one of the things Ind is not doing, he's not really holding any choke points.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, when you get attacked, your job.
I see funny things.
Oh, what?
When we move to the next war, I'm just spotting interesting.
Oh my goodness, I see it too. I won't say it. I won't say it if you don't.
Well, I'm sure they could see it too. But anyways, see, Ind's got a nice choke point there. That farm and that palisade could hold everything off from Pan that's coming from the south.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Pan could sneak a few things through, but that is a powerful choke point right there. And if you go back up to the north, Ind had another choke point, I thought, between the Impassable Mountains and some other stuff. Well, a little tougher. No. There's 3 provinces there, and there's loop around. So no, he didn't have much of a choke point there. He would have to pull back, take advantage of the river with Ulm, and hold that line, kind of Agarthan. When I said he's maintaining the initiative, I didn't mean that strategically I agree with his decisions, because I agree with you. I think he should have pulled back consolidated armies and tried to fight more decisive battles against those big Pangaean hordes.
Yeah.
Because he's at risk now of piecemeal death. He's just spread thin.
I mean, the fundamental truth is that if somebody's attacking you and you can't deal with their big doom stack, then you're going to lose the game in a short order.
You will. You're going to have to take the war to the doom stack.
You have to confront it. Now, that doesn't mean you have to fully doom stack and not deal with any of the raiding. It's a mix. Like, you want to deal with some of the raiding, you want to doom stack some when you need to deal with theirs. But he's like, oh, you're doom stacking and you're taking all my stuff. Well, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go attack you. And it's like, yeah, but you're going to lose. Like, even if he went, like, gets this fort, he's now an island. He's got, like, one small country over here and another small country over here with Pan in the middle.
Oh, and he's losing a lot of gems. Yeah. It reminds me, I think it's a Samwise Gamgee quote, too little butter on too much bread.
Yeah.
I think that's from Lord of the Rings.
And you know, that's actually a good point. I like how you said that, because one of the other problems with attacking, going on the offense when you need to defend, is you're buying more bread, is basically what you're saying. You're saying
you're buying more bread.
You're saying there's not enough butter to put over all this bread. Could I please have another slice?
So I'm going to have some really dry bread. Yeah. That's very much, I see what I'm seeing here is he's spreading too thin. It was useful to counter raid, absolutely, but he's getting spread thin because every single one of these armies could be defeated piecemeal. Some of these are vulnerable to even just Maynard spam.
Well, and strategically, he should have, whether he should have a blood economy. It has stuff they can do aside from blood economy. I kind of disagree with Sai a little bit on this. Like, I don't think you have to play a super blood-focused in. Now, there's a lot of great blood tools End gets. But I think if you weren't and you just had, if you're not blood hunting, you should have better tech. And you're researching, like, Sai got the crap beat out of him here by Vanheim and should be able to smash him. Like, they should have just killed his army. Anyway.
I would have thought so. But he chose not to fight the big stack. He keeps dodging the big stacks.
Yeah.
And I think he's dodging too much. But let's see. We'll see next turn.
Who do you want to go to next?
Those are big stacks. Well, since we spotted it, I'd like to go to Uruk's capital in Xibalba. So, what the heck is this? What are those?
Is this an independent nation that has spawned in the game?
Oh, what? Good grief.
Oh.
The never-ending saga of Uruk's capital with Howl. So he gets Howl up. And those giants, what are those guys?
They're sacred. They're kind of cool.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, no,
okay.
These aren't the berserk dudes. I thought they had some that went berserk.
They're kind of like, giant horny satyrs.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's got Lamias.
Yeah.
They're doing okay.
Yeah, they're doing good.
In this situation. Not one of my favorites, but look at that.
This looks like it's going to be almost a flawless victory.
Yeah, and Xibalba doesn't have his Frozen Heart spam happening here. And we got some Sleep Cloud. Wow, look at that. He's got his capital back. Isn't that funny?
Well, this isn't his capital. I'll have to point out. But it's his new capital.
Right. No, it's not.
It's his capital in spirit.
Yeah. I can't believe he's still got candles.
Oh, I know. That's why I couldn't believe either.
I mean...
But he's got a temple and he's preaching. Yeah.
And now he's surrounded by Ashdod everywhere.
Yeah, it's like... He went into hibernation for 2 years and came out, finally kicked Xibalba off of his fort to find out Xibalba doesn't neighbor him anymore.
Yeah, so...
Well, there you go.
All right, well, that's that one. Now we want to see what the hell went wrong. Oh, what is this? That is a big Xibalban army, and that is a... Really big...
Women, grab your popcorn. Pause the video now if you need to go put popcorn in the microwave.
So we better watch pretty closely for... There should be every battle in chat in the bloody game going up here.
All right.
Well, we saw briefly...
Hey, Marilyn, you stop that. Don't you start spoiling.
Okay.
I tried to click on it quickly as soon as I saw it so that some people wouldn't have seen it.
No, I didn't see the report. I didn't see the report. I was just commenting that I saw a dip in... Ashdod's army graph.
So they're not going to get out of this without a scratch. That we know.
No, this is so lots of... What are those guys? Sayers.
So that was Serpent's Blessing going up. Does not have mass protection. We've got Wrathful Skies.
Storm? Oh, Wrathful Skies with Storm? With Storm.
No Storm yet.
No, Light of the Northern Star.
The Illusionist. Let's see who put this up.
Please, tough enough to stay alive.
Oh, Ashdod, because he was talking about putting up Wrathful Skies. Okay.
Yeah, he said he was going to do Wrathful Skies. And what's the blue?
Quagmire.
Okay. Yeah, it's not going to have a huge effect. A little bit.
Now, he doesn't really have many buffs on these guys. And we're late, guys. This is like turn 60, right? So...
What's the death enchantment that's up?
Wailing Winds.
Wailing. Okay. Who? Oh, the Camazotz put it up. And what's the other? Now we've got another blue enchant went up.
There goes Storm.
Natural Storm. Okay. So that's Ring. Oh. Okay. The White Mage put it up. I see a ton of Earth Elementals.
I mean, this looks like it's going to be a stomp.
Quite a bit of skeletons. The Anakites are just punching forward. The Sayer punching. And here comes the fire.
But Ashdod was not kidding when he was saying he has bad research, because we don't see any of the Alteration 7 stuff out yet from him.
No Fog Warriors. Still, the Wrathful Skies is chewing in things.
And
what about
it doesn't do
anything
great.
Cool on the Teodal? The Teodals.
Yeah.
Is he doing anything cool?
Good.
No. He's geared for thugging, but he actually casts
Yeah,
spells.
I think he's retreating now too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Wrathful Skies
Wailing
isn't
Wind
great against
work.
Skelly spam, but it does help to clear through the chaff a bit.
Well, it's probably eating quite a few of the Frozen Heart casters.
Yeah, and these guys have what? Oh, Shock 15. Okay, wow.
Ooh. Well, the Wailing is sending a few pack enough for home. But there's nothing left of Zabalba, and the Teodal is about to die. It gets stunned.
Now it's regenning for a fair amount. And he's keeping him. I think this was intentional by Ashdod, keeping him around long enough to do. Oh, I hear Horror Mark, but it's not Horror Mark. It's False Horror. And they finally get
False
him.
Horror?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So the ledger for this, oh my god.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Props to those, Zabalba.
25.
If you were going to
it's
go out in a battle, best way to go out is like this. Just throw the kitchen sink at him.
That is 40 Magi
Yeah.
dead.
This was
About
all
40.
of Zabalba.
Or at least, maybe almost
Yeah,
50.
this is
Almost 50 Magi.
everything he had left.
His last remaining unfrozen from his multiple casts of Hidden in Snow. Few Ice Drakes. Little tidbits of leftovers. But the Mage Core.
Yeah, I mean, crushed to a man.
Brutal. And what did Zababba lose? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Magi.
Yeah.
9 Magi. 39 Sayer, but they're pretty replaceable.
I mean, a lot of these things
they're-
Ashdod lost were just commanders. A commander,
Oh, that's right.
One
Yeah, those aren't
sorceress.
even, so only one mage.
Yeah, two. The Garnet and the
one
Sage.
mage.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
And then he lost most of his
very
Sayer,
minor.
but that's
But-
okay.
Unlike the Sheshai, there I would think that Sayer are a little easier to
Yeah.
replace.
For sure.
Oh, that was dominant. I guess if we look at the army graphs now, it'll really tell us. Or do you want to see if there's any other?
Well, we'll poke around.
Yeah, just okay. Counter raids. The glyph, and it didn't work, but that's probably because he had returning again. Just too easy to hit. The glyph doesn't have enough defense, so returning just isn't working because it's all it takes is one whack. He did get 40 much warriors
Yeah,
though.
I think it's about
which
what
is
he was
quite a lot.
expecting. So,
Yeah, that's not bad. And then that army was not even contested.
but you know what Zabalba managed to do, though, and I didn't realize this. They went all in on this fight, but at the same time as going all in, they cut off every single retreat route. And
Yeah, so if it had gone wrong,
yeah, like if
the whaling
had
had worked,
yeah, it would have been a complete wipe. He would have lost everything.
would have been a stack wipe. Yeah, it was good thinking.
And I don't know, some of these guys who retreated, I can't remember if you hold the province and you retreat from it, if there's nowhere for it to retreat to, do the retreated units die?
I believe they die.
Yeah, I think you're right, but I'm not sure.
I believe they
Yeah.
die. Well, let's look at the army graphs now.
Okay.
We only need really the two.
Oh, let's turn on
Zabalba.
Zabalba.
Oh! Game over.
over.
Pour one out for Zabalba.
Pour one out.
That's it. That's game.
Yeah. But look, man, that's the best way to go. If you're going to go out in a game,
Absolutely.
get.
Absolutely.
I was about to.
Go hard.
I was about to quote Leroy. Oh no, wait, what is it? Leon Phelps. Whip out everything you
I don't
got,
know.
and he says something which I'm not going to repeat. But
Okay. Who's Leon Phelps?
it's from The Ladies' Man. It's a high quality '90s movie. Yeah.
Okay. Not one I know. Not one I know. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, this is good to see that Zabalba made the effort. He came close in some ways. He just, the quality of the troops he had did not compete.
Yeah.
He had enough, but the quality wasn't there, and the Wrathful made a big difference. So we were laughing at Ashdod with his YOLO comment, but it did work out very well for him that he waited until he had the Wrathful. While we're still on the topic of this war, if you look over, the Pelagia took the fort in the water. So Zabalba attempted to block that with Frozen Heart spam, I'm guessing. Water elemental spam, okay. But he was met by the same. Water elementals. I see no shark attack.
I mean, also the counter to water elementals, and to a degree, which is fog warriors. So,
right.
Punch is like, oh, you're gonna make 4 water elementals or 5 water elementals? How about I put mist form on my troops?
Oh, he's got shrimps. Oh, did he cast? That's probably from
Pelagia.
Creeping Doom. Creeping Doom for Pelagia gives you shrimp in the water.
Now, where this would have been more interesting was if they hung out in the fort. Because in the fort, they could have potentially clogged up the gate with the water elementals, and that would have been annoying.
Well, shark attack for the defender could be pretty irritating as well. It's kind of like the underwater version of Howl, except the big sharks are quite a bit more dangerous than wolves. Well, this is a major gain for Pelagia because he's got those graphs.
Yep.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, I had my popcorn.
Well, all right. The rest of the episode's just gravy after that.
Well, we still have to see what Ulm's doing.
Right. Which, do we have a message from them?
Oh, Ashdod. We didn't read Ashdod's
we didn't read Zabalba's.
Doing some breakout fights. Oh. He expected Ashdod to double back, and he sure did. Tried to cut his retreats, just like you said. And he did those because Ashdod did not put in reserve armies to hold a retreat path, which I'm kind of meticulous about. Too often I've caught somebody pulling that where they rush too far forward and then you cut off his retreat.
But this was really good. I mean, he found an opportunity where, like, this was a potentially, I don't want to say game winning because he still has a long road to climb, but it was a war winning move. If he won this fight with the way he cut off all those retreat routes, he had the opportunity to not only win the battle, but to win the war.
Yeah, the Wailing Winds was and I think even though he lost that fight, I suspect that Ashdod's losses are bigger than we saw.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because I saw a lot of guys running backwards, and some of them were Magi. Yeah. What did Ashdod?
Let's see what Pelagia says too. I think we already read Ashdod.
Did we?
Oh, we didn't. Okay.
Continuing to use the god to just attrit his Western army. Yeah, that worked. Foul Vaporson returning ring again. Last round was about the worst result I got in testing. A lucky crossbow bolt cost me the F4. Where typically I was getting half an army wipe before my god poofed. Okay, so yeah, we noticed that it was a lucky shot. I'm going to spring the trap on his cap, seeing just scouts on top, and after wiping all those slingers, hoping he feels like it is now or never. And he did. He probably thinks all my air magi's are gone now. One trapezing in with the Matrix to Storm and Wrathful Skies. Expect to lose some of my own stuff for sure, but my sacreds should mostly be okay. I've learned my lesson. The A2s will now wear cold resist gear for the Murdering Winter. Or even just the Frozen Heart.
Okay. Well, I didn't know he was casting Murdering Winter, but that's a good thing to know.
Oh, we didn't see that. We don't see that.
We can't see any of that. So.
Oh, we didn't. Yeah, well, that's okay. Well, that might be why he decided to break his armies up, because if he kept a Doom stack, that's painful.
Yeah, but at the same time, you want to go ahead and, put the enemy out of their misery while they're sitting there casting rituals at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zabalba,
Yeah, go
your
ahead.
turn. Okay. Zabalba has attacked me. Alm suspects Pan bribed them. Maybe. Either way, signed a brief ceasefire with Pan. Storming one of Zabalba's underwater forts this turn. They may have a lot of water gems, so we'll see how it goes. Well, they did, but so did he. Trying to convince Alm to sell me some of their research gear at a discount price. So far, no luck. Last tourney, when Alm was pressured, I managed to secure some good deals. Will there be a repeat? Expanding scout network and scrying Agartha this turn. Trying to gauge if Van or Pan are the biggest long-term threats. Player sub-skill play a role here, as Alm Ind aren't necessarily weaker at this stage in terms of size plus scaling, yet at the moment, Ind and Alm are considered underdogs. Well, both have jumped between players, haven't they? Both of those two nations.
No.
No?
Not yet. I think they're both... their Ind is about to sub out.
Back and forth. Oh, okay.
Ulm does not sub out. Even to where we are in the game right now. So,
okay. Soon I have to, but it was Zabalba that did sub back and forth, and we saw some stumbles probably due to that. Soon I have to do my first wish, not for gems. I have a list of crazy stuff, some more dicey than other. Gauging if I should go conservative or roll the dice is crucial. Just trying to think which wishes, besides gems, he might be going for. A couple of artifacts, perhaps the odd, unique chassis, but he's wishing from in the water, so most of them are not amphibious and will drown.
Well, he could move to land if he needed to, but yeah.
Yeah, other than the Stargazer. So I don't know. It's been a while since I've looked over the Wish, the goodies in Wish. Slaves can be cost effective.
Yeah.
I've done slaves before, but that's really just an alternate version of wishing for gems, because you get 250 slaves for 100 pearls, which is not a bad price.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what other
I don't know.
Artifacts? But if you want
when
artifacts,
he said roll the dice, I thought Doomhar was what I was thinking, because there's a lot of RNG there.
Doomhar?
But I think that would be a horrible idea for him to do right now.
Yeah. Well, and what's he going to horror on?
I mean, you would go delete people's thrones,
I guess.
but that would basically just piss people off, and it probably would make everybody go try to kill you.
Yeah. So unique items, unique commanders.
Yeah. I think it's probably. I mean, if you wish for a unique commander, there's still some risk, because they could.
Yeah.
If it already exists, it could teleport it to your place rather than being in your possession.
And then you got to fight it. He could be empowering. The magic power is crazy. But none of those are particularly risky. So the only one I could think that's risky is, I don't know. I'm not sure what he's getting at.
Well, I think it'll just have to be a mystery. All right.
So that's Ind and Pan, Zabalba and Ashdod. Now it's, what does Vanheim do? Oh. So a little fight on top.
Wait.
Oh, he moved to the new fort.
He moved back on top of the other fort that Ulm had broken out of. Wow. What a mind game.
And he lost the siege because it's no longer cracked. I guess he's just trying to catch big Ulmish armies and stomp them.
I mean, what an absolute mind game for him to move back here. Because Ulm put this out to deal with raiders. And he moves the whole army back. Wow.
Okay.
Let's see what Vanheim is doing here. He's got some funny little mages here. He's probably thinking of something clever.
Is he?
Wooden Warriors, Body Ethereal.
Point buffing.
The Wooden Warriors didn't seem to have worked. I don't know what it hit. Did it hit these guys? Where the hell? 1 second. Where the hell did it? What did it hit?
It's just a handful of Einheers, right?
Yeah.
15 or so Einheers point buffed.
I think it missed it. Oh no, it hit some of these guys.
Oh, it hit some militia. and mostly missed.
Protection.
Protection.
No,
Okay.
so it missed most of it. Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah. Point buffing is tricky. No, that didn't work. Ethereal
Yeah.
isn't enough.
Apparently,
It's not
Almish
enough.
troops are better than Vanheim's for a lot of things.
Yeah, yeah. No, ethereal is not enough. And this, oh, they just caught a harpy. Well, that one failed, but it looks
That's
like
the
that
exact
was a
same
bit of a
squad,
lucky.
except some storm demons, huh?
Something hit the smith. Something lucked out and hit the smith. I'm thinking a lightning bolt from the storm demon.
Well, yeah, just 2 storm demons here. Absolutely budget, but just doing a ton of work.
I don't know what got the smith. Oh, he fatigues out. Yeah.
And the storm
the
demons are
2
going to
storm
jump back here,
demons.
yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah.
There we go.
Very
Absolutely
budget, very effective. Good call.
Lion Tribe Witch Doctors deployed in force by Vanheim.
Yeah, but that's a significant amount of PD here. No, this is Pangaean.
Oh, is it? No, I think this is Vanheim, dude.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, because it's got the little Vanheim dudes here.
Oh, that's right. That's a big chunk of PD, though. So he PD dumped there. Like, I think that's 27 PD. Because you think you get one of the horse archers per point. And he had 27.
And the lance charges are just too many horses. And the horses are too good.
There's just a lot of horses. It's just a lot of horses. Well, and that's some tangles, some webs. That's a 33 horse drive.
Yeah, I mean, this was actually probably pretty expensive. I don't know how much PD you have to put in to get this, but
I think it's 27 because it's 20 to get the Hearst, or 26, and you get 1 Huskarl for every. So that's 26 PD.
Okay, that's
so
pretty expensive.
Outrageous.
I mean, compared to this, Ulm lost 100 gold. Like, this looks expensive. It's 100 gold of stuff. This is not a big deal, but
yeah, but 26 PD.
Yeah.
That's 325 gold.
Yeah.
So that's not cheap, but it worked.
And Ulm is just continuing to raid. These are all successful here.
Yeah. But there is no big fights.
Yeah.
Oh, no. He took 1 fort. Vanheim did.
Well, let's see what happens.
So he... Is this a gem burn?
I would think so, yeah.
Phoenix power. Oh, look at those storm demons. He didn't wait.
Now, the question is there an army inside? And there is, but it's not very big, but it's a golem. Uh-oh.
With Will of Fates.
Oh, man. Oh, and the storm demons. There's so many of them. There's like 20 storm demons. Storm?
Shadow Blast. Oh.
Has he already cast Will of Fates? Prepares to cast casts. Okay.
Okay. Some decent buffs. Oh, he's got that hero again.
Darkness.
Oh, the hero gets.
Ooh. Will of Fates on both sides now.
Did you see the
hero
get instant
I didn't. What happened to him?
He was right by the gate. I don't know what hit him. Something just knocked him right out.
Oh, and I didn't even notice, but somehow these vans, let me turn on Team Colored Squares. These vans have made it straight through the gate, which would be kind of the thing that all might be able to choke the gate.
Oh, and meteors. Ah. Could we start this again? Because there is something interesting quite early. So watch for the Ulmish hero, and let's see what he's carrying. There he is in the middle.
He comes with this item, so it's kind of cool. And he's got the golden sandals, which makes him quick.
Okay, so moderate gear.
Unequaled obesity, huh? 13 incompetence, though. Oh my god. Ooh. Severe cold, chest wound. Oh my god.
Ouch. But anyways, he gets up right by the gate, See, he's trying to plug the gate with slingers of all things, which just don't hold up.
Yeah.
Iron Blizzard's doing friendly fire. Here's the hero. So very quickly here, he gets wiped.
Let's see what this thing is. Oh, a gate cleaver, dude. Oh my god. That's probably what happens. Oh, Soul Slay.
Poof. Soul Slay. That was that.
And look, there's just a tiny little hole in the thing, and all these guys stream through.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, Slingers, we want some of the heavy armored booty.
Man, that's a lot of... Oh, and the Storm Queen's here.
Yeah.
The Air Queen. Did she get killed?
I think everything here is gonna die for Ulm.
Oh, of course she gets killed. Oh, the darkness is gone. Why did the darkness disappear? They must have
I don't know.
lucked out and killed it.
Yeah, it could be.
The darkness caster must have got killed.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, there's a wailing wind on both sides.
Okay. I didn't notice that. We could go back and
Maybe
see
it
who
ran
the
away.
caster for Ulm was, but yeah.
Yeah, but I saw it disappear. Oh, one wailing wind is down. And the storm demons are in the rear.
The golem
They
dead.
killed the golem.
I think the queen ran.
Oh,
Oh, she got
Oh,
returning tome.
wow.
That's a silver lining.
oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, but losing that golem hurt. That was a lot of gems. A lot of pearls. Looks like whoever the eagles were guarding ran away because they came forward.
Mm.
Because I think they were on guard, Commander. They must have been to wait that long to advance. They're so terrible when they actually attack. I try to never use them to fight with.
Yeah, oh man. I'm just not, this does not inspire confidence that Ulm's going to hold out long here.
No, no.
You know,
I can imagine that Pelagia is going to be thinking, I'm going to have to intervene
Right.
here.
because this is exactly what Pelagia doesn't want, was one of the other two big guys getting strong.
Exactly.
Oh man. Oh man. I mean,
So that's...
look at this though. There's so
That's
many
about
small Almish
60
armies.
or-
And like, it's like if you look at the army size, like Van is either really small, he's either doing super budget stuff with just like a commander and a few dudes, or he's really big in a
or monster
doomstack.
dude.
And Ulm is like medium everywhere. And the problem is, everywhere medium comes up against the big doomstack, it gets completely fucking wiped.
Yeah.
But look at
Well,
it. Medium,
that
medium,
golem-
medium, 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 medium,
golem
medium, medium.
Was 30 pearls to summon,
Yeah.
plus another 20 or so gems in gear. Discounted, but still. So the golem's gone, the air queen's gone, because retreat from inside a storm is death. He would have been better off to break siege. At least then they might have had a chance of those expensive magi retreating.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So, I mean, this just, it reaffirms a bunch of things I've already been thinking, which is Ulm has to figure out a way to get the magic they need on the armies they need. But it's expensive for Ulm because they don't have good magic paths in general. And when they do that, it actually means Ulm should be more inclined than the average nation to doomstack, you know, because they can't afford to put the important magics on all their armies. Like, the absolute worst thing for Ulm to do is what
That's
he's
right.
doing, to split up into a bunch of small armies who can't use the one advantage he has, which is he has amazing technology or research.
He also has an issue with, if he doesn't have a wide enough front line, he gets flanked by vans, they snipe the magi, and then the battle goes to hell. You know, he's got to have a big, double, all the way across the map, front line of something tough enough to hold up long enough for the magic to work.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any significant action between Ulm and Sidis?
Well, got that.
A little bit. Nothing much.
Oh, hello. This army that took this fort is not done.
No, no. That's a solid army for Sidis. It's not enough to deal with the Van army, but it's headed in the right direction.
We
anyways.
don't see the god back yet from Satis, so
No. Oh, we talked about. I don't think Satis bought a lot of priests.
Mm-hmm.
He bought an awful lot of Marshmasters. I wonder where did the two white mage Sauromancer thugs go? Did they get killed or
That's a fine
they run
question.
away?
Because they were here in the
Was that
water,
them?
right?
Is that just to the northeast of that water? Is that them that died
No.
there?
It's just a
No, that's a
Marshmaster.
flame
Yeah.
Marshmaster.
I don't know where
Maybe
went.
they just went back into the
Yeah,
fort.
that's my guess.
Because they're pretty dangerous, those two white mage thugs. And fairly bargain, really.
Yeah, well, yeah, they were. He did not put a ton of gear on them. They were doing a pretty good job raiding.
The gear he has on them is effective. With the soul vortex and a great sort of sharpness and a shroud. Yeah. Okay.
Oh man.
Well, some real popcorn on the Zabalban front. I'm not sure about the popcorn for the Vanheim. It was almost a little bit disappointing.
Yeah.
In that he's counter raiding nicely, but he's not putting up much for a defense of his forts.
Yeah, I mean, this is the problem, Marilyn. I look at this and I feel like I have a pretty deep bag of tricks, and usually I can take a bad situation and at least get by. You know, like I might not turn it into a glorious victory, but I can make people get out their wallet and pay. I'm looking at this for Ulm. I just don't see a way to do it. I have no idea what he is going to do with anything remotely close to what he has shown us so far.
Yeah. Well,
and
I mean, now he's lost something like 5 elemental royalty.
Yeah.
That's 250 gems just in the summoning, much less their gear.
Well, he didn't lose that queen this turn. I'm pretty sure she's back home. Yeah, she's here.
Oh, you think she returned?
She's
That's
here.
True. But he lost the golem, which is about the same kind of cost.
Yes. But I mean, the problem, Marilyn, is like looking. I can't even see a good move he can make to make a good move next turn. Really, like he can combine all these armies here, but that's going to involve giving up this fort, and then he has the option to maybe try to fight here next turn. But to do this, he actually has to patrol this fort this turn and move in patrol here. And get ready for a battle. If he doesn't combine this army here this turn, he's going to be completely screwed. These armies, they kind of have to combine here, I think. Like, he has to get... You know, he wants to leave some guys behind to deal with counter raiding and stuff, but he needs 90% of these guys to roll out.
Well, with Wailing Winds popping up everywhere, it doesn't do him much good to defend inside a fort, because Wailing Winds will have them run away and then they're dead.
Yeah.
So I don't know that staying inside is helping him in any way anymore.
I agree.
Well.
All right.
All right.
I mean, this opens up... Pan was speculating this would happen. I thought... So, Sai is more right than... I was thinking Ulm would put up a bigger fight than this. But... That's really going to shake a game Diplo up. If Ulm falls this fast, like, let's look at the score graphs here.
Well, this is only 3 turns in from this big attack. And it's looking rough.
Yeah, this is the first one where Ulm's gotten just hammered on army size, but he's still got a lot. It doesn't look like he has that much, but maybe it's hidden in forts.
No, but if he starts losing forts, it's going to hurt. And he's starting to lose forts.
Okay. I mean, the graphs don't show what I feel, and I feel like Ulm is in deep shit. And the graphs show, like, it's not that bad. So. Anything left?
I just kind of, I was thinking maybe a summary of, I think this is a somewhat, another thing about the popcorn turn. I think this turn is indicating, this turn and last turn are indicating a shift again in the diplomacy. You know, we had the big shift when Vanheim and Pangaea agreed that they could beat each other senseless, wouldn't help either one, so they stopped. And then they shifted their direction, so Pan went at Ind and Vanheim went at Ulm. Well, now we've got Pan doing very well against Ind, Vanheim doing very well against Ulm. This could lead to the two of them having to eye each other again and go, uh-oh. And then Pelagia is going to have to think about his next play.
But see,
Now, what
I
is
think this is
Pelagia's-
exactly what Pan and End both wanted. Not Pan and Pan and Vanheim. They said, let's stop fighting each other. Let's get big and eat everybody, and we'll be at peace for a long time. And sure, we'll be big and scary, but we'll both be big and scary. And
then we have to deal with Pelagia.
well, yeah, I mean, well, that's the way to deal with Pelagia, is not by necessarily attacking him, but by being big and scary. And once they're big and scary, you know, Pelagia at that point will turn them against each other, and I'm sure they'll be fine with that, but they'll be fighting from positions of much stronger relative strength.
So if we were to put a kind of tier list here, I'd put Pelagia, Pan, and Vanheim in tier 1.
Yeah.
And I think tier 2 is now Ashdod by itself.
Ulm is, I think, in
And
about in the
everybody
same
involved.
area Ashdod is. I mean, Ashdod... I mean, Ulm, you know, let's remember, he still has 3 capitals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but you're right. I mean, nothing here is inspiring confidence that he's positioned 2 or in tier 2. But
No. Well, the other way I would put that, why I went tier 2, is Ashdod is clearly winning a war decisively now
yeah, that's fair.
and has no other threats.
Yeah.
Whereas Ulm is being bashed.
Yeah, Ulm's got bad inertia right now.
Inertia is a good word for it. And Ind is in bad
Yeah.
inertia. Ashdod is up on inertia. That's
Yeah.
why I was
Okay.
saying, like, it's a... And then there's tier 3, which is Ind and Ulm. And then kind of trailing at the bottom is Satis, who nobody's paying a lot of attention to
Yeah.
because they don't particularly need
Right.
to. Okay. Well, there's kind of my summary
Okay.
of where it stands.
Yeah, I hope we get a message from Ashdod next turn, because I do think a bunch of these guys ran and died too. And if that happened, that would be a big old kick in the pants for him that will be hard for him to recover from.
We could probably rough this out. Can you hit the battle report? So 209 after 74 losses would put us at 130, 140.
Yeah.
We're showing 90, which could be as little as
Yeah.
60 and as much as 140.
Yeah.
So he could be down at 60
Right.
because it's a plus or minus 50% on scout reports, I believe.
It's not showing
just
any
going off
slingers
that
here too, which if you look at the battle report, he should have had about like 12 slingers left. So these guys retreated and died. The crossbows retreated and died.
Well, and I think some Magi retreated and died. I saw some tall things in the back. None of the Anakites did, or the Sayer. They were way up front.
Well, they're berserkers, so they're not really afflicted by such things.
There's
So,
that too. Yeah. Okay.
all right. Well, thank you all for joining me, and thank you for joining me too, Marilyn.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
See ya.